Here we have Ireland, shown on maps highlighting its population density in 3 different years: 1841, 1936, and 2002. You might wonder why there was such a significant drop in population over 160 years. Ireland, located off the west coast of the United Kingdom, is one of the westernmost point in Europe. It ranks as the 3rd largest island in Europe, after the United Kingdom and Iceland, and is the 20th largest globally. The island consists of 2 distinct entities: Northern Ireland in the north, which is part of the United Kingdom, and the Republic of Ireland in the south. Though Northern Ireland was formed on May 3, 1921, this video will discuss the island's history as a whole over the past 200 years. Ireland is known for its beautiful green scenery, hills, rugged coastlines, and many lakes and rivers, earning it the nickname the Emerald Isle for its lush greenery. The country's population has changed a lot over centuries, showing ups and downs like a dramatic roller coaster ride. From the 12th to the 16th century, the population was between 1 and 2 million. However, during the Cromwellian War, led by Oliver Cromwell's English forces, Ireland experienced a huge loss. About 600,000 people died, which was around 41% of its population at the time, marking one of the biggest losses of life in European history. By May 1652, Cromwell's forces had won the war and taken over Ireland. After the war, many Irish Catholics, especially those who lost their lands or were discriminated against, moved to American colonies, such as Pennsylvania and Maryland, leading to a significant Irish community in North America. After the war, Ireland's population started to grow again, reaching about 2.5 million a century later. Then in 1740, a terrible famine struck, known as Blind on Air, or the Year of Slaughter, killing 10 to 20% of the people. From 1740 to 1741, extremely cold and then dry conditions destroyed crops like grains, milk, and potatoes across Europe during the last part of the Little Ice Age, a period from the 14th to 19th centuries marked by colder temperatures. This period was particularly harsh for Ireland, severely impacting people's livelihoods and survival. Although it was difficult to find temperature records from that time, some personal accounts mention indoor temperatures dropping to -12 degrees Celsius and outdoor temperatures to -18 degrees Celsius. These extreme conditions made it possible for the Irish to grow oats and potatoes, their primary food sources, leading to widespread starvation and disease outbreaks. By June 1741, ships loaded with grain arrived in Galway, and by July, grain prices stabilized and wheat became plentiful again. This marked the end of the food crisis, allowing Ireland to gradually recover. After a period of rapid growth where Ireland's population jumped from under 3 million to 8 million by 1841, the country faced one of its most severe disasters, the Great Famine, also known as the Irish Potato Famine. In the mid-19th century, this event dramatically changed Ireland's history. In the early 1800s, Ireland mainly depended on agriculture, with potatoes being the most crucial crop. Unlike the famine of 1740, by the time of the Great Famine, potatoes had become even more central to the Irish diet. This reliance on potatoes was partly because other crops like oats and barley, as well as meat, were often exported to Great Britain. This situation was due to poverty under British rule and a lack of resources to diversify farming practices, forcing the Irish to depend heavily on the relatively inexpensive potato. The situation worsened in 1845, when a potato disease caused by the fungus Phytophthora infestans destroyed potato crops. The blight turned the potatoes black, and as it spreads, it led to failed crops, food shortages, and widespread hunger, bringing the Irish population to the brink of a catastrophe. The effects on Irish was deeply saddening. Families could only watch as their loved ones died of hunger. Widespread malnutrition and illness devastated communities, and people were desperate for help. Although attempts were made to provide aid through soup kitchens and distribution centers, they often fell short, leaving many to continue suffering. The Great Famine was incredibly destructive, causing the deaths of about 1 million Irish people, or 12% of the population, although the exact figure is debated. This tragic time helped forge a stronger sense of community and identity among the Irish, pushing them toward seeking political changes and playing a significant part in the fight for independence from Britain. Father Theobald Matthew and the Temperance Movement. During the Great Famine of Ireland, a notable figure emerged, Father Theobald Matthew, an Irish Catholic priest. He became famous as the Apostle of Temperance because he tackled the severe issue of alcoholism, which was rampant during the famine. Father Matthew witnessed firsthand how deeply alcohol was embedded in Irish culture and how excessive drinking was a major problem. The Great Famine in the mid-19th century only made things worse, as many Irish people drank alcohol to escape the grim reality, worsening the issue of alcoholism. In 1838, Father Matthew started a campaign called the Pledge of Total Abstinence, urging people to vow to avoid all alcoholic drinks. He aimed to fight the negative effects of alcoholism on people and families and encourage a lifestyle of temperance to better society. His campaign quickly became very popular, especially during the famine when the problem of alcoholism intensified. Father Matthew's work significantly influenced Irish history. He tackled the pressing issue of alcoholism, offering hope and a path to self-improvement during a period of great suffering. His efforts greatly benefited the health and moral condition of numerous people and families. Remembered as a kind and visionary priest, Father Theobald Matthew's legacy continues in Ireland, marking him as a source of comfort and motivation in one of the nation's toughest times. Since 1840, Ireland's population has not reached its peak of 8 million. Currently, the combined population of Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland is about 7 million, still falling short by 1 million from almost 2 centuries ago. This shortfall is attributed not only to the devastating potato famine, but also to the significant emigration that followed. Confronted with overwhelming difficulties, countless Irish people viewed leaving the country as their sole option for survival. More than 1 million individuals left Ireland, most heading for North America, particularly Canada and the United States, in search of a better life. This trend of leaving Ireland continued for years, even after conditions in Ireland improved, as many did not wish to risk enduring such severe hardships again. Although moving abroad offered a fresh start for many, it also played a part in slowing down Ireland's population growth. Despite advances in healthcare infrastructure, Ireland faced ongoing public health issues in the years following the famine. Diseases and substandard living conditions in crowded areas adversely affected the population increase. Additionally, the decrease in population has led to a high number of empty houses in Ireland, ranking it 10th worldwide for the highest rate of vacant homes. Currently, over 183,000 homes are unoccupied, with more than 40,000 of these having been vacant for over 6 years. While there are various reasons for this, one key factor is the housing bubble that occurred in Ireland in the mid-2000s, resulting in too many houses being built. This construction spree ended up creating a large number of empty homes when the bubble burst. Additionally, owning vacation homes in the countryside or by the sea is a long-standing tradition in Ireland. Many of these holiday homes are left empty for most of the year, only being used during vacation periods. In recent years, Ireland saw a lot of its younger population move abroad due to an economic downturn, seeking better job opportunities. As a result, the United States now has a larger number of people of Irish descent than Ireland itself, with 34 million claiming Irish heritage. Over time, Ireland's population distribution has also changed dramatically. Whereas people were more spread out across the country in the 1800s, now there are densely populated urban areas with some rural regions looking deserted. The transition to industrial and urban jobs from farming and rural work in the 19th and 20th centuries caused a major shift, drawing people into towns and cities in search of work and better living conditions. Ireland's history is truly fascinating, filled with both devastating events and the natural progress seen in countries over time. Perhaps in the future, Ireland's population might reach or even surpass its historical peak of 8 million. If you found this topic interesting, you might also enjoy our other videos. Go ahead and check it out on Luxury Explore. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.